This is Colin Ackerman presenting on behalf of myself and Professor Shuling Chen Green from the University of Colorado, Boulder. This virtual lightning talk is titled Learn About the World from Your Couch, Education for Global Competency Through Children's Programs in the United States. To begin, I will give a quick overview of what this talk will cover. First, I will define the term global competency, followed by establishing the clear need for increased global competency education for children. Next, I will speak on some of the tenets of global competency for children, and finally, I will evaluate the show Dora and Friends Into the City for its potential to inculcate global competency goals into its young viewers. There is not a universally accepted definition of global competency, but it is a quickly developing area of interest. It shares common goals with concepts like critical media literacy, which aims to teach and create citizens who can adapt and effectively contribute to our ever-changing global landscape. Fernando Reimers defines global competency as knowledge and skills to help people understand the world in which they live, integrate across disciplinary domains to comprehend global affairs, events, and create possibilities to address them. Without increased global competency education, especially in regards to children, it will be difficult for the United States to keep pace with the constantly evolving global climate. Scholars and various organizations have expressed the pressing need to develop global competency, particularly with children as they obviously represent the future of our world. The National Forum on Information Literacy recently called on world governments to develop programs to inform their young populations about how to engage with the globalized world. Scholar Vanessa Domine advocated the idea that building media literacy on a local level will contribute to improving the overall global competency of U.S. citizens, which she says we are in dire need of. As previously mentioned, there is no single agreed-upon definition or list of tenets to help build global competency. However, Fernando Reimer succinctly defines three interdependent dimensions of global competency which can be used to educate children. These dimensions have significant overlap with other literature of the topic and provide an excellent frame to evaluate media texts for their value regarding global competency. These dimensions are a positive disposition towards cultural difference, an ability to speak, understand, and think in languages in addition to the dominant language of the culture in which a person is born, and deep knowledge and understanding of world history, geography, and global dimensions of topics such as health, climate, and economics, and of the process of globalization itself, and a capacity to think critically and creatively about the complexity of current global challenges. In our opinion, a key addition to these dimensions is Domine's call for digital and media literacy being critical to building global competency. In our increasingly mediated world, children cannot be expected to become fully globally competent citizens without being able to effectively utilize digital and mediated forms. The question we wish to explore is whether or not children's television programs in the United States can be an effective vessel for educating for global competence. Dora the Explorer is a children's show which has been frequently examined for its ability to connect children with the rest of the world. Some have reported the positive impacts of Dora, such as Amy Shore, who says Dora helps children become convergent citizens, meaning citizens empowered with the ability to view the world not just as separate cultures, but rather one large community. However, other theorists like Nicole Guidotti Hernandez see negative implications. Guidotti Hernandez claims Dora creates the Latinidades discourse, meaning it presents all Latin culture as a single ubiquitous community rather than a myriad of unique cultures connected by certain common threads. While these researchers and other researchers like them may not explicitly use the term global competency, they are all exploring aspects of it. For this study, we decided to examine the follow-up series to Dora the Explorer, titled Dora and Friends Into the City. This show premiered in 2014 and expands on the formula of the original program, but features a slightly older Dora with a collection of friends who help her on her adventures. This show has not received the same amount of attention from scholars as the original show, and it provides a fertile landscape for analysis. According to the show's homepage, the show invites preschoolers to solve problems, speak Spanish, and learn how to give back and connect to their community and their world. We read this as a claim to its potential for educating for global competency as it addresses some of the tenets previously discussed. We viewed 5 episodes of the show to evaluate them using the previously discussed tenets of global competency. The following represents preliminary findings, which we plan to expand upon and offer a more in-depth analysis on in the near future. The multicultural elements of the show support the tenet of showing positive dispositions towards cultural differences. This includes Dora's diverse group of friends celebrating the different heritages they possess, and featuring music influenced by different cultural traditions from around the globe. Additionally, consistently throughout the show, villages or towns encountered by the group of friends contain diverse populations. For example, one such village has white-skinned men wearing lederhosen and dark-skinned women wearing saris living side by side. The architecture of these towns also share traditions from all over the world. There is frequently a blending of cultural symbols, which helps show children cultural differences can be positive, but unfortunately, this lesson is not explicitly spoken. It is doubtful a majority of children would pick up on this diversity on their own. Spanish is taught throughout every episode, with the characters speaking Spanish phrases and words, which are either defined or able to be defined through context clues. This certainly appeals to the tenet of speaking other languages in some regard, but lacks in two key ways. The inferential nature of the teaching does not lend itself to any sort of mastery by the student, and Castilian Spanish is the only Spanish dialect which is spoken. In order to be effective, the show would need to introduce other languages besides Spanish, or at the very least show the diversity of the Spanish language. The program shows signs of falling into the same previously discussed Latin American essentializing discourse as its predecessor. Modern technology, such as cell phones, emails, and the internet, are featured as aids for characters to solve problems. In one episode, there's a lesson about what coding is and how it is used to build websites and other useful tools. These aspects supports Domeen's call for digital and media literacy being a key component of global competency. Overall, Dora and Friends Into the City provides surface-level appeals to global competency but does not create what Reimers calls a deep understanding. Most of the global competency appeals are presented without purposeful explication. This show is designed for young children, and the assumption of these children being able to process global competency appeals on their own seems far-fetched. However, solutions such as discussion guides for parents to help engage with their children after viewing an episode could be an effective way to increase the efficacy of children's programs in the United States pushing global competency. In our final research, we hope to explore this potential solution as well as come up with other tactics. We thank you for your time, and feel free to contact us at these email addresses if you have any questions or comments regarding our work. Thank you.